Okay, so slightly different video this time. Initially, I had done an unboxing of this Unit 0 model kit, but after many days of trying to make that work, the video files are completely corrupted. I can't do anything with them. I tried very hard. Obviously, it's a model kit, so I can't really redo the unboxing, so I've decided to do this instead, which is just a quick look at these Bandai real grade models, the first three that came out. The first one that came out was this Unit 1. This was the first Bandai real grade kit that wasn't from Gundam, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Should have done my research, but I didn't feel like it. The second one, I think, was this Unit 0. And then the third was Unit 2, which was originally a exclusive to something, and then it came out for retail. There's also Mari's Ava, the pink one. I'm gonna get that soon, and I'm also gonna get Kaoru's Ava from the rebuilds as well. I've got that on pre-order, so that'll come soon. They're releasing a Unit 3 next year, which is quite good. It'll be Unit 3 from the rebuild, so it'll be the Asuka piloted one. But it looks similar enough to the Toji piloted one that, you know, it's Unit 3 is Unit 3. But these models are really exceptional. As you can see from just the detail, we'll take a closer look at Unit 0 for reasons I'll explain in a second. But the detail on these is just so... it's crazy for just how good these models are. How intricate the pieces are, and how you... I'm sure it's obvious to anyone who builds models, but, like, I built this. There's, like, a black skeleton inside of this thing that I put together piece by piece before putting the armor on. And it takes a really long time, and you need tools, and they come off the runners and stuff, and it's like... I made these. This is crazy. Before anyone calls me out, I did, as you can see... if you watch the collection video, you'll know that I accidentally, when building these two, I cut off the knee things here. I've fixed it on Unit 2, and I did fix it on Unit 1, but when I was taking her off the shelf to do this video, it came off again. So if you want a close look at the kneecap of Unit 1, there you go. I'll fix that again at some point. I'll keep it somewhere safe until then. I guess that's another point, is that these are very delicate, which also means they're very... not difficult to pose, because they're incredibly posable. Like, you could get so many different poses out of these. I mean, look at this. This Unit 1 pose I'm obsessed with. It's what I'm currently got here now isn't how I had it posed. I had it posed in this, like, crucifix position. But, of course, moving it means that it moves a little bit. I'll show you for an example, because we need to have a look at these at some point anyway. So here's the Unit 1. I'll take the cable out. The likeness, if you can call it that. Lots of detail in there. All these decals that you can apply are just phenomenal. You don't even have to add them if you don't want to. I just think the extra detail that they provide are just really add something to these kits. Unit 1, mouth opens, if you wanted to have that. But they're built in just such a strange... like, this is the only one that does it, so I'll show you here. But, like, the pec armor on Unit 1, it's built in a way that it moves when you move the arms. And it's like, that is so much detail to add for the realism of these models. It's madness. Here it is from the back. Just like I said, just like so much detail. And it just looks really nice. The horn, if it's not perfectly straight, that's my fault. They do give you two horns. They give you another one, which you can put a decal on. This is the one that comes with the molded green stripes. But when I was trying to glue this on and I was putting it in poses, it snapped off. Which is, I will admit, I do say that these things are delicate, But that isn't like, they don't snap off, pieces don't break. It's just pieces that you will put together, like these grey things. It's coming off here. This grey thing on the pec, these always come off. They don't break because these are just pieces that you put in. So that's just, it's just my fault for moving it too much. And that's not it breaking, that's just a piece coming off, like that's nothing to worry about. The horn breaking on Unit 1 is not something you should worry about, I don't think. I think that's just like a freak incident that happened to me. It is actually very sturdy. Even when I've glued it back on, it's not perfectly straight, as you can see. But it looks fine for the pose I have it in, which is, head perfectly straight down. You can't really tell that it's glued on. It looks more glued on camera than it does in person, because the light reflects off the glue. In person it looks fine, but it's very sturdy even when I've glued it. So I think, if that's something you're concerned about, then you probably shouldn't be. We'll take a look at Unit 2 as well. The thing I said about the knees breaking, by the way, that is also not something you should worry about. It's because I wasn't following the instructions closely enough, so that's my fault. They all come with the umbilical cable on the back, which just sort of plugs in, and you can bend this wire however you'd like. I'm not going to move it because of the meticulous amount of time that it takes to do it. But you can like bend it however you like and then plug it into the back, and it helps them stand. It's very useful. I'll put this separately. This pose I did because of I think episode 8 is Asuka Strikes, when Unit 2 takes on the angel in the water, and it comes diving out of the water onto the ship, and this is how Unit 2 takes that on. And I don't think Unit 2 is successful, but that's how it looks. The knife that I've got it posed with is not the knife that comes with Unit 2, it's the knife that comes with Unit 1. Just because I think this looks nicer. I think this is a nicer looking knife. I'll show off all the accessories they come with, so don't worry. We'll get to all that, including the different hands and spare parts and stuff. But like the Unit 2 is just fantastic. These are all incredibly poseable. You can get them into whatever pose you want. And again, the decals that really add to it. If you've never built a model before, I assume that these look a bit intimidating, because these were my first like actual model kits. Obviously I did those Unit 0 kits from Bandai 1996 that I have a video on, if you want to check that out. There's a card on screen, I imagine, unless I forgot, which means I don't deserve your viewership. But I did a video on the old model kits, and they're very simple, and I think I was probably quite intimidated by them. These things are a lot more complex and a lot more in-depth than those, but they obviously look a lot nicer. So the one we're going to look at the articulation on is this one, because Unit 0, despite not being my favourite Ava model, is by far my favourite model in this line. Just the way it comes together, it feels like they really do improve as they go on. Like the Unit 1 is not... I don't want to slander it, because it is fantastic. But it feels like this one feels so much sturdier than the other ones. And it feels like it's just not going to cause me as much physical pain to get it back into this pose. So there we go. Let's do it. Let's get her out of this pose. And into like a sort of standing pose. Okay, so what we have here is, to the naked eye, what we have here is just a Unit 0 action figure. And a damn good one at that. So if we look at the articulation points here, in the feet you have toe articulation, the toes bend up, like that. The ankles, you have got these things, which they are on a ball joint, which means they swivel and they rotate. And it just helps for posing the feet, because the ankles go forward like that. And if you wanted, the foot covering to be up or down or to the side, or however you want the foot to look, it helps with that. In terms of bend at the knee, You've got your standard double jointed knee bend, where there's a big kneecap in here, which makes it go all the way up. And something that fascinates me in terms of attention to detail on these kits, this little like muscle here. In a real person, you bend your knee, this thing pops up, right? On an Eva figure, you bend your knee, it does the same thing. That's crazy. You've also got this knee covering, which is the thing I cut off of Unit 1 and 2 accidentally. You've got this knee covering, which can go like that if you wanted. Oh, I don't know, it just looks so nice. It's like, this one in particular is my favorite. It looks so good. The legs up at the thigh are on ball joints. And there's this little piece here, which extends, which just, it's just like that in sort of attention to detail so that this thing stays covered. Oh my god. And the fact that it's a model kit and not just an action figure as well. That's insane. There's this much detail on something that comes on 20 like flat pieces of plastic and you need to cut out and build. And it looks this good. It looks better than most action figures I've seen. Like the abdomen here. Like, look how much flexibility there is in the abdomen. You could bend her all the way back, like she's fallen from the sky. And look at that, that looks great. You can crunch all the way forward. And that looks great too. So if I can just take the arms back a bit. This is something that always happens to me with Unit 0, is this little front piece comes off the head. It just slots back in. It's probably because I've cut it wrong, but it looks fine once it's on, so I'm not actually that concerned about it. It's just a little thing to watch out for if you're cutting it. See if you can make sure not to do the same mistakes as me. But like, you've got the translucent plastic for the head and the eye, which when it catches the light looks fantastic. Top of the head has got this green translucent bit as well. But it's like, oh, I've done it again. Hang on. There we go. It's that comes out very easily. That might just be something that I've done wrong. But anyway, this articulation is the same for most of these Evos, by the way, including these shoulder pads here, which rotate quite easily. And it has these little flaps that flap up and down, depending on how you want the arm to be and how much you want the arm to be covered. That's a lovely little feature. The neck, as you can see, it would be leaning forward quite a lot. You can also bend it backwards, and this little thing comes out here, which just helps so much with neck articulation. Like, it pushes in like that, so now it's leaning forward more, and then it comes out. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at how much versatility there is on... God's sake. Don't do whatever I did that makes that happen. I wish I could tell you what it is. But look how, like, intricate of a design this is. I'll take the head off. Of this neck piece. Like, that's a little mechanism that makes that work. That's crazy. Which would be impressive on an action figure, but this is a model kit. Like, the customer builds this. This is crazy. In terms of, like, another intricate thing, is like, you bend it forward, like in the show, like that. And then here comes, you pop this out. Slide it back. Slide it back. Come on. I don't want to break it, that's the thing. It's quite scary. This thing pops up like that. And in there is a little entry plug, which you can, if you have very small fingers or tweezers, you can take out and put in at your whim. A tiny little entry plug. That's mad. It's like, you're never going to see that. I don't know who's posing it with that open, but if you wanted to, you can. I think if you're like a stop motion person, these are fantastic. There's so much you can do with them. Like another thing, we looked at the arm briefly, but there's rotation. They're on ball joints at the shoulders. The elbows have got actual elbows, so you can get very dynamic poses, like so. I find that this bit comes apart really easily when you're posing the arms, but it just snaps back into place. This thing is part of the arm. It is on a ball joint, which is hard to explain why that is useful when I'm looking through a camera lens. But it is very useful, and hands are on ball joints and they're on swivels, which helps a lot. The arms just come off. That, again, it's not an issue. Like, that's not the thing being delicate. You know, it's just me. I was holding it by the arm. Of course the arm's going to come off. Normal people aren't going to hold it by the arm like that. Yeah, there's just, like, so much you can do with these figures. Like, these models, they're not even figures. Like, you can just get it into whatever pose you want. I want to sit it here. I'll just sit it on down. And it looks natural. All the muscles work, like how someone sitting down would look. Obviously, you can't see, because I'm not going to move the tripod, because that's such a pain. But, like, oh, I don't want to stand it down anymore? Okay, I'll just stand it up. And it'll stand. They're very hard to get standing, which is why that cable is so useful, depending on how dynamic the pose you want is. But there's just so much you can do with these if you want to have really nice looking rebuild Evas for a display. I don't think you can do any better than these, just with how dynamic the poses are and how incredible they look. So good. And they're so much fun to build as well. It's like, these are my first real model kits, and I thought this is going to be so intricate. I'm going to find it so difficult. Like, look at all of this. You know, you got to cut all this out. But it's not that hard. It takes time, but the instructions are very clear, whether you're English or Japanese. Because I can't read Japanese, I'll tell you that much. But the instructions, like, we'll just turn to a random page here. They're all numbered and lettered, and they tell you what to do in order. And there's warnings saying, you know, don't cut this bit off, or do cut off these bits, the undergates. It's all very clear. They give you ideas on how to pose them, how to build the accessories it comes with, a guide for the decals and where to put them, which also come with it. It's just, like, so intricate. The boxes also look really nice, so I keep them, and I use them to store these accessories. So, every single one of these kits so far that I've opened, I'm unsure about Mari, comes with this nerve gun. Is this the rail gun, I think? They all have like a slightly different cable color in the ammo bit, which is quite odd. This, by the way, this little thing here, you're going to cut that off. I've done it on the other ones. I'm just going to snap it off for now, and I'll tidy that up later. You're not going to keep that on. So this is probably the worst one I could show you, but I'm not getting the others out. So this little tiny nerve logo here, which you can stick on. You can see my fingerprints, I guess. It just looks like so nice. Just this little, like, gun. They all come with it. So if you want to pose every single one of them aiming the same gun, you know, feel free. In terms of accessories as well, it also comes with the entry plug, which is I showed in the back of Unit 0. It also comes with the umbilical cable, which I think they are all identical among each Eva. I mean, these look exactly the same, right? And of course, they all come with plenty of spare hands, with lots of different poses. There's all the Unit 1 hands. I'm sure there's a few that I've got caught in the runners. Let's have a look at Unit 2. The models look really nice all next to each other as well, which always helps. Like, the boxes look nice next to each other. This comes with Unit 2, which is, I don't remember what all these guns and different guns are called. My bad. They all come with progressive knives as well. I just can't remember what's the name of this gun, does it say? Yes, this is the Thunder Spear, is what Unit 2 comes with. Which has lots of sticker detail that you can add. And this one's really cool, it like moves like that, and this thing can go like that, which then goes like that, if you wanted it like that. You know, there's just lots of different things you can do. Like, look at that, that's a huge accessory that you build. Here's all the runners for Unit 2. There might be some Unit 1 runners in here as well, to be honest, because this seems like way too many for Unit 2. The Unit 1 runners looked a bit bare. Yeah, definitely, there's too many in here. So these are all of Unit 2's accessories, all the different hands. These are the knives that come with Unit 2. They're different to the knives that come with Units 1 and 0. These are like all over wrapped in a silver decal, which maybe is just me, because I'm not very good at applying them. I find these very difficult to get on and look good, as you can see. So I opted to this one looks a bit better, but only a bit. So what I opted to do was force in the Unit 1 knife into Unit 2's hand instead. Just because I feel like that looks better. And I'll quickly show you on Unit 2 as well. So here's the Unit 1 knife. As you can see, it just has shiny edges for the decals. In terms of closed knives, you can put them in the shoulders, like that. They just sort of slot in there. I'll grab Unit 1, because I think Unit 1 has some in there. So here's Unit 1. Yeah, there's a folded over progressive knife in there. Quite hard to get out without like a tool or some tweezers or something. No, I don't think I can do that with my hands. So I'm not going to. But Unit 2 also comes with the same gun. I must have accidentally taken that out with the runners. Yep, there it is. So same gun as the Unit 1 railgun. As you can see, the cable on this one is brown. Where's the other one? So yeah, the cable on this one is orange. The cable on this one is like a dark brown. I don't actually know why. That might be accurate to the show. I'm not actually that sure. Unit 0 comes with it as well, but I haven't put the decals on it, I don't think. Oh, here's something that Unit 0 comes with that's really cool. Because Unit 0 in the rebuilds, when it gets the Kai upgrade, it doesn't get repainted blue. So they actually give you the chest piece to put on Unit 0. So there's the Kai chest piece, which looks quite different to the original one. And it also comes with alternative shoulders, which I've not put decals on. But it comes with like the big barrel shoulders that also come with Unit 1 and 2. If you want that to look like that, that's fine. I've decided to go for the pre-Kai version of Unit 0. Just, you know, keep it a bit different. And I feel like it stands out more when it's not looking exactly the same as the other two. So here are all the Unit 0 runners, which I would have showed you in place with all the pieces in them. But the video file corrupted, and I'm recording this like last minute on a Sunday because I'm trying to meet my Monday upload schedule on a corrupted video file. So we'll see how that goes. This one, the railgun cable is red, which is compared to the dark brown and the orange, which I've lost again. There it is. So yeah, the cable on the railguns are always different colors. I've not applied the decals to this Unit 01 because I knew I wasn't going to pose her with it. I'll get around to it at some point. Part of the Kai upgrade also changes these white parts on her leg to grey, so you can swap those out. I don't know how easy it is to make those swaps, but I'm sure it's not too difficult. So in terms of is it worth the money, I'd say absolutely. I've been able to get each of these for around £50 each, which is like, that's quite a lot of money. But if you were getting a premium action figure, you'd probably go for about £50, right? You also get the added enjoyment of building the thing, which I'd say these are, if you're a beginner like me and you're new to the whole world of building models, I think these are like 10-hour affairs, and obviously they come out looking great. You do need tools, you need some tweezers and what are they called? Pliers. They're not like pliers. They're like cutter things. I don't know how to explain it. You squeeze it and it cuts the thing off the runner. So I'd say definitely worth £50. I'd go as far as up to like 70. It could be that in the future these become a little more difficult to get hold of. And that's where you got to start thinking, would I prefer to just have a normal action figure for a lesser price? Because there are some good figures out there. I don't have any, but when I get some, I'll do some videos on them. But if you check out my last video on the Angelic Days thing, we're doing a giveaway for that. Please check that out. If you like, comment, and subscribe on that video, you're in with a chance to win the first 2 volumes of Angelic Days. So check that out. So my verdict would say definitely worth the price that these are going at retail if you can get hold of them. Absolutely do it. They look great when they're all together, which they're not all going to stand together. I'm just going to sort of hold them like that. They look great all together. Obviously not like that. But when they're all posed next to each other, they look fantastic. Definitely don't sleep on these. They're so much fun to build. They're not that difficult to build either. So yeah, check out the giveaway. Get these models if you like them. Let me know. I want to know what you think of them. If you think there are better models out there, then let me know. I know that the Kotobukiya does like some TV version models that look really nice. They're not quite as intricate as these, but they do lots of different variants of them. So they would be quite good to look at as well, I think, if I can get my hands on some of them. Yeah, check out the giveaway. If you like this video, you're not going to get anything, but, you know, helps me out. I enjoy getting likes on videos. Keep subscribing. I guess this video is the test, isn't it? Where if people actually watch this video instead of just the last one, I'm actually gaining an audience and not just people who are going to leave once they've either won or not won the books. But we'll wait and see. I don't mind. I'm happy organically building an audience. I just want to give something back. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video, whenever that is. It's either next Monday or sometime during this week. I'll see you then. Thank you.